Hey everyone, it's ChaosMan006 with another video. This time I'm going to do my next video on my top 5 favorite types. So far, we started with my least favorite types and working my way to my favorite type. We're going to start with, we started with Fairy, went to Normal, then had Bug, and now we're on the fourth video. So my fourth least favorite type is Electric. But if you haven't watched the other 3 videos, you might want to go see those too, just to see which Pokemon I mentioned in those ones. But yeah, so we'll continue on here with this video. So this is top 5, so I'm going to start out. I don't need a format. Start out with number 5, which is the the electric chicken found in the first generation, which is Zapdos. Now, Zapdos is one of my favorite Pokemon for a few reasons. One, I really I really liked Zapdos' design over Articuno, just because I didn't like ice types and I felt they were stupid in Gen 1. But yeah, but I really liked the idea of an electric flying type, an electric legendary. I just thought, wow, it was so good, and I was going to have fun using it, but never actually really did, and it doesn't really have a good moveset, so that's why it's ranked number 5. Going on to number 4, we're going to have the legendary from Gen 5, which is Zekrom. Now, when I got the games the first time, when White and Black came out, I remembered that I really liked Reshiram because it was a fire type. But my brother got Black, I think is what it was on. So he got Black and I got White, so I ended up getting Zekrom, but I fell in love with Zekrom. Loved using it. Loved using it in the final battle with Getsus. I mean, not Getsus, N. And it's great, and I enjoyed the Pokemon so much at that point in the game. I'm going to move on now to number 3. I know I seem like I'm going through this really fast, but I'm not really. I don't have much to talk about. Number 3 is the standard electric type from Gen 4, Luxray. Now, the reason Luxray is on this list is because every playthrough I've done of Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum, I've always had a Luxray on my team. I don't know why. I just really like the Pokemon, and I fell in love with it because it's freaking adorable as a Shinx. And then it gets powerful, and it looks kind of cool, and the gym leader has it, and just a really good looking Pokemon. Design's perfect for it. I'm not sure about the shiny. I gotta look at it. I think it's a good shiny too. Oh yeah, the shiny's good too. It just makes it look even more menacing, changing the color palette into a more goldish orange color. Makes it really cool. So that's a lot of the reason why Luxray is number 3. Moving on to number 2, which is the only one on this list that can Mega Evolve. Just happens to be the Ampharos, and I can't type it, but I really like Ampharos. One of my favorite Pokemon to use when I think of a Mega Electric type, I think of Ampharos. I always love using this thing. It's got a sick color palette too. It's with that like it looks like Bumblebee on the neck, but when you may have it shiny, it's just so pretty. I don't know why, but I really like the pink and the blue and the tail. It's really cool, and I really enjoy it. Also, it's pretty strong. It's pretty powerful. I mean, you can see the special attack stat over here, kills, and I really like it for that reason. And of course, no brainer. If you know me at all, you know I'm a Gen 1 maniac, and I love Jolteon. Jolteon is my life. Um, Jolteon's my favorite electric type because it's the one I've used the most and the one I fell in love with the most. When I did my shock lock, of course, Jolteon was my starter because I love freaking Jolteon. And I've always loved Jolteon. When Gen 1 came out and I got the Eevee, I'm like, wow, this is so cool. I love Eevee because I watched the anime. I'm like, I really want one. I got Eevee, and then when I got to the point where I wanted to evolve it, I didn't know what to evolve it into. And at that point, I was kind of going through. I liked all 3 of the types, but I wasn't really sure which one I liked. I picked Vaporeon for that, and then I didn't like it because I never used it. And I mean, I love it now, but I didn't really like it. And then, but really what got me into Jolteon was playing, actually not a standard game, it's a, what do you call it? It's a side game of the Pokemon series, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, came out on the Nintendo GameCube. Your starter Pokemon is an Eevee. And in Coliseum, which is also a GameCube game, you get an Espeon and Jolteon because it's really promoting that generation. But and it's more double battle style. But this one's more starts out with single battles and stuff. So Eevee was your first Pokemon, and it gave you a lot of choices because you could evolve it into you could leave it an Eevee the entire time you played the game. You'd have it give it a Firestone, have a Flareon, give it a Waterstone, have a Vaporeon, give it a Thunderstone, have a Jolteon. You could give it I don't know what that, I think they used a Dusk Stone and something else. It was too weird. A Dusk and a Moon, I think, for Espeon and Umbreon, but you could have those two, and I wasn't really sure what to do. I mean, I had Espeon and Umbreon, and I love them, but I only like them together. I didn't want one over the other. So I went back and looked through. Of course, I'm like, ooh, Fire type, Flareon. So I picked it, and I hated it, and I played it again, and I actually beat most of the game. I don't know if I actually ever beat it, but I'm pretty sure I did. And I beat it with Jolteon as my electric type, and I love Jolteon so much. It's powerhouse. I mean, it's got a great move set. I just love it. The speed's incredible for an EV evolution. I mean, look at it. It's over there, and it's got good special stats too. So it's really good Pokemon. I just love it. I want to throw out a few honorable mentions, and I say a few, which is more than the actual list itself. I mean, I don't use electric types too much because I don't like that they're only really good against flying and water. And I mean, you can get a grass type and you can get a rock type, or you can get an ice type, something that has an ice type move or a rock type move easier than you can get electric type, and they really aren't good for much else. Most of them don't have great move sets unless they have two types, but Jolteon does, and I really like it for that reason. But so a lot of them rank pretty close to me, and it was really hard to pick my list. But here we go with the list of runner-ups. So for honorable mentions, I have Raichu. Love the design and love the use of it being the evolution of Pikachu, which made it really cool. Um, Raikou, just because it was a pain in the butt to capture and defeat in XD. Rotom, because actually I used that one decently, and I just didn't like it. It was too weak for me, not what I wanted. Substrika, because, I had to have something before I had Zekrom, so I like that, and I got rid of it for Zekrom, and I like that better now. Manectric, which is the Gen 3 Pokemon, and I always had one on my team, usually, and I love them so much. And the Mega Evolution is freaking awesome. If you look at my NPL list and you look at my team, I have a Mega Manectric on it, so you can see it ranks pretty high for me among electric types. And then back to Gen 1, I liked the Magnemite. I liked Magnemite and Magneton, and I usually picked them until I could get Jolteon. But they were really cool, and I really liked them just for the steel typing because they were like impossible to defeat unless you had a fire type. But yeah, so there's my top 5 electric type Pokemon. If you don't agree with my list, or you're sad that you didn't hear if your favorites in the honorable mentions or on my top 5 list, please leave them in the comments. Let me know why you like them. And just remember, this is my opinion, and it's how I feel about the Pokemon and how I've used them and how I've seen them as I've played Pokemon for the last couple years, for the last couple decades. And so don't try to berate me for having my own opinions because that's what I picked. But hey, so leave those comments about your favorites in not the description, in the comment section below, as well as please subscribe so you can keep up to date on when I release these videos, as well as I'm doing with Party Lock, so check that out while you're here. I also released a video on my Sun and Moon gyms just before this, so take a good look at that because I think you'll like it. And there's other people out there who do it as well. But until next time, I'm Chaos May 006 signing off. Smell you later.